Hello everybody, I'm back in Minecraft, and on a server as well, but not just any Minecraft server. This is Crime Link's Pixelmon server. Now, for any of you who don't know, Pixelmon brings Pokemon into your Minecraft world, and it is so addictive. I love Pokemon. I've loved it since it first came out. I've been playing it since the red and blue days, and this is just, well, I'll show you everything. So, we have healing tables. I will go through all of these recipes and put them up so you can have a look at them. They will heal all of your Pokemon. You can only have 6 in a team, just like the games. You have PCs, which you can store your Pokemon on. There are 8 boxes, so you can store quite a lot of Pokemon on. As you can see, there's already quite a variety of Pokemon to get. You'll notice a lot of Mareep, you shear Mareep, and you get wool. So you have the trading machine, where you can click a Pokemon, click ready. You can then click not ready to take it out if you want. Once both players have clicked ready, you can click trade. If you decide you don't want that, you can cancel out of the trade. There is no way you can lose your Pokemon. It's just brilliant how it's all been set up. Now, this mod is still being worked on, so there are bugs, there are occasional crashes, but it is working very, very well. So, this is the spawn point at Pixelmon, the Crime Links server. It's a beautiful setup, actually. Really, really very nice. There are lots of different areas to lead round. Now, the Pixelmon will spawn throughout the world. Now, it does have a low spawn rate on this server, specifically to encourage people to go out and explore, to trade, so that everybody doesn't have the same Pokemon. So, you'll notice it is completely the same as any old Minecraft world. The texture pack is in the description. So, let's go see if we can find some Pokemon, and I will show you the battling. And here we have a cute little Sandshrew. Now, this Pokemon has recently been added in an update, and oh, it's adorable. They are fantastic models, they really are. They're working very, very hard on getting the models and textures just right. The Pokemon are actually scaled using Bulbapedia, which is pretty much the be-all and end-all of Pokemon knowledge. Again, link is in the description. Now, if we want to catch this little guy, we're going to have to battle him, really. So, let me select my milk tank. Click P in order to shoot out your Pokeball once you've selected which Pokemon you want. And you then get this user interface. If you've played the games before, you will know exactly what all of these does. So you got fight, and these are the attacks my milk tank knows. She will level up and gain all of the moves that she would normally get according to the Black and White, I think Black and White 2 games. They are fully sort of updated in bits and pieces. So, we've got a ground type, we've got a normal type, nothing super effective, I'm not going to bother with any of that. And the fact that I am 23 and the Sandshrew is only 12 is probably going to mean I'm going to kill it straight away. So I'm just going to tackle. Now, this is one thing that they're still sorting out. Although it's still got some of its life left, it will actually count the move that I used twice. So that would take it down to fully sort of destroyed, fully killed. You can't capture them when they're fainted. So, it's gone. I recall my Pokemon. And let's find something a little more sturdy, and I can actually show you the catching progress. I think that's a Graveler over there. Now, Gravelers are rock types, and normal type moves, like my milk tank has, are not very effective against Graveler. It will also probably be a much higher level, due to it being an evolved Pokemon. So here we have a level 30 Graveler. Now, I do want to capture this Pokemon, so I'm going to actually send out my Butterfree. Yes, Butterfree is useful in this. You do have to aim, so you have to be pretty good at shots. Now, I'm going to put him to sleep. Sorry, her to sleep. It missed. Try again. And sleep has taken effect. Now the other thing you can do in Pixelmon that you can't do in normal Pokemon is you can actually have multiple status conditions. So we've got sleep on, we can actually get stun on as well. Now these will all stack up and help you catch a Pokemon. So I'll see if I can stun him. Oh, he's woken up. Use sleep powder again. And he's back sleeping again. Stun spore. He's paralysed. Now, I am going to use, I think, Psybeam. I don't think it's going to kill him. Kill her, sorry. Nope, perfect. Now, if I wanted to take him down a little bit more, I can actually click Pokemon and switch into a different Pokemon. I'm going to pick Daisy again. Let's see. Let's just stomp. See, it only took down a small amount. He's now awake again. I'm going to switch back to Mei. Put him back to sleep, and I'm going to try and capture him. Well, when he's back to sleep anyway. Oh. Now you see, Magnitude didn't work because that's a ground type move. Butterfree's a flying type. That's back to sleep. Now if I click my bag, you then get the similar items. Now these items are according to what's actually in your inventory. So if I click my battle items, there's nothing there. HP restores, I have got potions which you can make. Status restore, again, there's nothing there yet. And Pokeballs. These are Pokeballs I've all made. So we're going to use an Ultra Ball, as that's the best one to use on the Graveler. And I think it actually failed. No, it's still capturing at the moment. You've got this waiting. Hopefully it's a first catch. Now Pokemon will break out of the Pokeballs. Nope, it caught it. So, that's one more Pokemon. Let's recall our Pokemon. Now, as you can see, it said it was sent to the PC. That is because... oh, we got some Ghastly here. That is because I've already got an inventory of 6 Pokemon. Now, I did see something here. I'm sure I did. Oh, it's another player. You'll notice the chat is not on. That is due to me recording. There are lots of people, so quite a few people on the server at the moment, but it's very early in the morning and I thought it the best time to record. Now, more information on the server. The server is not PvP, it is strictly Pokemon versus Pokemon. You can battle other trainers by sending your Pokemon out either to hit one of their Pokemon or to hit the trainer itself. Now, let me head over home. There are teleport positions, so click teleport, well, click home, and I am back in the home that I've made. Now, as well as the spawn and set positions, you can have claimed areas. This whole island I've claimed, and you do that by using a golden shovel. This is the same grief prevention that's shown on quite a few Minecraft servers. So you just use a golden shovel to mark out your area you want to claim. The longer you're on the server, the more area you can claim yourself. So, what can you do in this mod? Pretty much anything you would normally do in Minecraft. So as you can see, I've built a house, I've got a farm going for food, and you pretty much play like you would normally do in Minecraft. There is one other ore that's been added, which is called bauxite ore, I think it's called. It looks very much like iron, and only spawns in the very sort of just underwater ocean level, or sort of in naturally occurring caves, never very low at all. Now this ore, I will show you, it looks very much like iron ore, and it melts down into aluminium. So with the aluminium, and here's a hammer. Now to make the hammer you have 2 sticks, and then either iron or stone or diamond all the way around. The material it's made out of will affect how quickly it hammers things down. Now this is a very different anvil to what you've seen. This is what you expect an anvil to look like. This is a Pixelmon anvil, and in order to make that, you have iron, 2 iron there, and then iron ore at the bottom, so you just miss out this one spot, and that will create a Pixelmon anvil. Now if you right click the aluminium onto the anvil, you then take hold of your hammer and you keep smacking it. Just hold down the left button. You'll notice it's changing shape. You're basically hammering it into position. So we'll keep doing this and we'll eventually get an aluminium plate. Right click again and it will pop off. Now these aluminium plates are used to craft these. For the healing station you need this recipe, and for the computer you need this recipe. Now you'll see there, these are apricorns. I'll take you out into the garden and show you them growing. These are apricorn trees. They're very easy to plant, they don't need water to go next to. You just take an apricorn, right click it, get it off, and with the apricorn, see this is a yellow one, simply right click it onto the ground and you'll get a little bush. It'll grow, it won't take too long, light helps. Now with these you can pop these off and then cook them in the oven. Once they're cooked, you'll get the cooked apricorns. Now with cooked apricorns, you can make Pokeball lids. Well, discs at the moment, they haven't been converted into lids yet. The simplest one is the red ball. That's just using 3 red apricorns, and you get 5 Pokeballs. There are different recipes. I will show you one other recipe. So if we take a blue and black, we place the black either side and the blue there, we get netballs. Now netballs are very good against bug Pokemon and water Pokemon. So it's always good to do a bit of research on just what sort of Pokeball you want. Again, they have exactly the same conditions as they do in the games. Check out Bulbapedia, it will give you all the information you need. Now with a disc, let's take this Ultra Ball lid. Hold on, is that? No, it's just... Again, right click it on and it goes onto this part. You do exactly the same as you were doing with the aluminium plate and you'll see it's changing, and here it is fully done. So we now have a proper lid. In order to get the bottom part of the Pokeball, you need 3 iron. I'll also grab this button. Again, just like you did with the apricorns, place them along the side like that, and you'll get 5 iron discs. It's pretty cost effective. Hammer it down, just like you did with the Pokeball lid, and there, it's done. To put it together, it's exactly the sort of recipe you expect. And there's one more Ultra Ball. As you can see, there's lots of different types, and it's great fun experimenting. Pokemon can spawn in many different areas, such as in the water. Here we have a little Staryu. They can also spawn underground in caves, and generally where you'd expect to see them spawn, you'll see that type spawn. Now, most of the Pokemon are from Generation 1, so if you grew up with the Red and Blue games, you'll be pretty familiar with what's around. However, there are a few Pokemon that have been added from other generations, such as Miltank, the Espeon and Umbreon from the Eevee line, and Mareep. Now you do have to be careful. While most Pokemon are not hostile, they will not attack you unless you attack them, there are a few types that will attack you, such as Golbat, which are found in caves, usually at around the 40 level mark, which makes them really quite strong, particularly if they manage to confuse your Pokemon. There's also Gyarados in the water, and Omastar as well occasionally, though they are quite rare. So you do have to be very careful if you're swimming in the water. If there are any of them around, they can actually drag you down under the water and drown you. That is a slight bug that they're trying to work out at the moment, but I think it makes it's a little bit more dangerous. You see, normal mobs are actually out of this game. You will not find any sheep, you will not find any cows, and you will not find any monsters either. So it's simply Pokemon. Now you'll notice the shelter here, there are a couple of different sizes. There are actually 7 different sizes Pokemon can be. Now if I click on my summary here for the milk tank, and I click on stats, you'll see its growth is ordinary. Now they come, as I said, in 7 different sizes, and the smallest being pygmy, the largest being huge, I think. You'll also notice nature and all of the stats. Now these stats follow like they do in the games, so you will level up. More so, there are also IVs, which are the internal values. If you do any competitive Pokemon values, you will know exactly what I'm saying. And there are also EVs, not EVs, not the Pokemon EV, EVs, as in effort points, effort values. And you will gain them just as you would in the games. Happiness is also implemented. So that is how I managed to evolve my Eevee, which was my starter Pokemon, into a beautiful Espeon. So, with all these different things added, you are not going to run out of anything to do in this mod, or on this server either. There are several towns that have already been set up and plenty more coming as well. Now if I click warp, here is a list of all of the towns there are already. If we head on over to Bluedale first. Bluedale's lovely. And here we are at Bluedale. You can see they have a large apricorn farm. This is to help people when they're just starting off and they haven't got an apricorn farm of themselves. You have the rules, and the tradings. And it's just a very, very lovely little town to come to. It's mostly wooden based. There are some lovely trade sort of centres set up. And it's really nice sort of area to come to. Now, in this area you can buy plots. I'm not sure who you buy them from, but you can easily ask. It's a very, very friendly server. However, what you really want to come here for are the hilly plains biomes. You can find a lot of Pokemon around these areas, and it's a lovely place to come train as well. However, when you're just starting off, oh, there's a little Rattata. Here's an Ekans. Now, Ekans will actually attack you on sight, so best to stick away from them when you're just starting out. Now, if you really are just starting out, a really good place for you to go to was the first place on there, Blackthorn City. The reason I didn't go straight away through this is I wanted to wait until it was dark. So, warp. This place really is just stunning. Obviously, a very oriental feel to it. We have a beautiful, beautiful Pokeball water feature. I love this. I really do. It looks gorgeous. Now, the reason this place is so good for starting players is because it's right next to the ocean, and you have a lot of these little guys. Shelders. Shelders are generally fairly weak, they're fairly low level, and you can also find Magikarp, which, as everybody who's played Pokemon know, are very, very weak and cannot hurt your Pokemon at all. So yeah, Blackthorn City is a very good place to come to when you're just starting off and you need to get that little extra boost to level up your starting Pokemon. Although the best Pokemon to fight against are generally Cocooners and Metapods. These only know Harden, and thus they will not be able to attack your starter Pokemon. You generally find those in the forest biomes around spawn. They're fairly easy to find. So let's have a look at some of the other cities. Here is Desert Town, founded by Scorpius G. Desert Town, as you might imagine by the name, is a very deserty place. The buildings are mostly cobblestone, but I'm sure that will be changing soon. But they do need to be fairly strong in order to stand up against all of this sand. So, in sandy areas you will find mostly ground type Pokemon, as well as a few fire types and a few rock types as well. And here's Scorpius G. He's the creator. Now, if we head on over to another area, Evolutionary City. We are at the main part of the Pokemon Center. Lovely pressure pad in order to get out, save our little fingers. Ah, this is a nice little foresty, hilly area. Now these very tall hills, they actually are very good for finding rock-type Pokemon and occasionally Charmanders as well. So, what do we have here? Private area. Oh, that machine you see there, that is for cleaning and reviving. This is for cleaning, and that is for reviving fossil Pokemon. Now, there are fossil types that you will have to mine up and put together. There are also evolutionary shard stones. So, in order to make, say, a water stone, you'll need to go into the water. Oh, there's a little Voltor killing himself. You will need to go into the water and mine up these little glowing sort of blocks, and that will give you 1 shard. 9 shards together, just like you would, say, putting together an iron block, and you will get an evolutionary crystal. For the leaf stone, you'll need to find trees that haven't already been sort of stripped of the leaf stones. The leaf stones don't generate on newly generated trees. For lightning stones, again, I think it's extreme hills, and it's actually found in the hills. For fire shards, it's found underneath lava, so you'll need a lot of sand or a lot of patience digging up obsidian. And I think that's all the stones that have been added so far. More obviously will be added as time goes on. So we'll check out the rest of the towns. Frosty Daycare is less of a town, more of a convenience store. You are able to leave your Pokemon with Frosty, who will then level them up for a price. It's really quite a useful area. At Lava Ridge you have this beautiful, beautiful stone area with another Pokeball water feature. Many of these towns have beacons in order to help speed you up and get you around the place a lot quicker. Now this server is only about a month old. I think it's about a month old now. Maybe a bit less. So everything is still being built, but for what has only been a short time, these places really are springing up and growing beautifully. Now you'll see there automatic restarts. Automatic restart actually happens every 45 minutes past the hour. I think here is a gym. Yes, there are gym battles. But yeah, automatic restarts, they are in order to help if there are any problems, say the server goes down and there are no mods or admins on, in order to reset it. Oh, this is a gorgeous gym. So we have MIB is one of the admins on this server, and he is the Nether King. At least that's what he says anyway. So as you can see, this is where you can do some gym battles. There are gym leaders, but that system is currently being sorted at the moment, so don't expect to get any gym battles in for now. Just concentrate on sort of leveling up your Pokemon and exploring and enjoying Minecraft in this brand new way. I think there's just a couple more towns more to go. Retro City is the last town that has so far been made. And we have... oh, more extreme hills, always useful. As well as... oh, they have been busy clearing this. Lovely little greenhouse. So yes, and there's a swamp there as well. So, in closing, this is a fantastic mod. Even if they stopped it right here, right now, I would still be really happy to keep playing with this. but they are improving with it every single day. So, whether you play it here on Crime Link's Pixelmon server, or on another server, or even in your single player, I hope to see you playing Pixelmon a lot more.